afternoon. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182, that's local to North Alabama. Vestal Goodman's part of the world right here. Everybody knows Vestal. And you'll find us there in North Alabama. And then we are also syndicated on worldwide television through Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire, and you can't get away from us. There's the podcast right down there. Make sure you check that out too. netnewsnetwork.net. And I'll tell you what, this network, this podcast is just full of fantastic, I'm just glad to be part of it, talk show hosts. They'll tell you the truth, and they're just real honest, good people. And they want to get that good news out there for you as well. Okay, I have a very special guest with me right now. His name is John Kelly. John, great to be with you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Good morning to you too. Looks like you got some pretty bright sunshine out there in your area.
We do. The wind's a little cool today. It's 62 degrees here, so it's a little cool. The wind's blowing, and but had a lot of rain, but it's beautiful today.
Oh, absolutely. Now, where are you coming in from?
We're in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. It's the birthplace of Southern gospel music. Started right here by James D. Vaughn. He started quartet music, and so it's our hometown.
Now, tell us all about your group. What's the name of the group?
I have a Southern gospel group called the Kellys, and the group is celebrating 64 years this year. I've been a part of it for 57, and my mom and dad started this back in 1959.
Oh, wow. That's the year I was born, 1959.
Yeah.
What a year that was.
Yeah, so it's been, God's been good, and been able to carry this on after mom and dad had to quit and the family stopped. So I've been fortunate that God's blessed our ministry, that we've been able to do this for 64 years.
Well, walk us through time. So what are some of the beginning songs the group began with?
Well, my dad was raised on a farm, which my brother still owns. And they did a lot of row crop, had a lot of animals, cows, pigs, and that's how they made their living. And my grandmother was a piano player for her church, and she loved singing. And so my dad and his brother, every day when they come home from the fields, my grandmother would make them sing around the piano after supper. So that's how it started. They'd stand around the piano and sing, and then my dad and my uncle married, and then they started singing just at my grandmother's house. Then it branched out to some people up the road had them to come to their house, and they would do that. Early 60s, they would go around to people's houses. Then in 1963, a family had them over, and there was a couple that came from Franklin, Tennessee, down to the house. They just have a lot of people in to hear mom and dad sing and just hang out and eat and stuff. And that couple booked my mom and dad, asked them would they come to their church in Franklin, Tennessee, and sing at their church. So mom and dad, they did. They went there and sang, and my dad said they booked 7 singings that night. So that's how it got started, by just singing at a family's house.
Mm-hmm. That sounds pretty awesome. And there's something about a group that sticks together throughout the years. You know, there's something to it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my brother was born, he's 8 years older than I am. I was born in 60. He was born in 52. And he started, when they started going to the churches to sing, he started playing the bass guitar. So I was born in 60. So in 1965, mom and dad started me with a snare drum. And I played the snare drum, and then, as I grew, I got a whole set. And, I thought I was really doing good when I got to be 12 and 13. I had a whole set, and I thought I was really doing good. And mom and dad began to tell me how terrible I was at the age of 5 years old, beating on a snare drum. And I can understand that. I really can. But what I'm most thankful for is my mom and dad didn't tell me to sit down. They just asked me to play a little quieter. And so I played the drums. We did that as a family up until my grandmother turned 92. I'm sorry, 72. She died when she was 92. My grandmother was 72, and she still played the piano. And we had sung one night in Indiana, and on the way home, she told them, she said, "This is my last trip." And so she quit the group. Then we brought in my brother's or my uncle's daughter, Tammy, and she started playing the piano. She was 9 or 10. She had been taking piano lessons from my grandmother. And so she started playing the piano. And so we did that up into the mid 70s. And then my mom and my aunt passed. And then we went to a all male quartet. So we did that. Then my brother quit, and when we brought in some more musicians and had a band. We did that until the late 70s. Then my uncle quit, and then I started singing the lead part. And so I've did that ever since. My dad sung until the mid 90s. He quit in the mid 90s, and we hired a guy by the name of Bill Lawrence. And I know a lot of people know him because he sung with Gold City, Brian Free and Assurance. He sung with the Poet Voices, and so we hired him, and he come in and sung. And so we were after my uncle and them quit. We went to a mixed group again, and had a girl named Kim Kobeck that sung with us about 7 years, and then she left and went to Gary McSpadden. Who sung with the Gaither Trio and had his own show over in Pigeon Forge. So the group changed a little bit there, and then when she left, we went back to the all-male quartet. And so now we're all-male. All the guys with me have been with me a long time. I have a tenor singer. He's 57. He's been here nearly 40 years. I have a baritone, that's Paul Walters. I have a baritone singer named Keith Wortham. He's been here, next month will be 19 years. He started at the age of 15 with me. And then the bass singer, Eric Harvey. Eric has been here, Eric's 46. He's been here 24 years. So my group's been together a long time. We travel about 7 states here in the South, do anywhere from 80 to 110 dates in 10 months. We take off the winter months, 9 months, but we take off the winter months besides the month of December, and we do sing and do Christmas concerts. And so we do anywhere from 90 to 110 dates a year.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you a question too, and this pertains to Southern Gospel. I don't know if you know anything about Alabama and Auburn football. We've been hearing for a very long time, every single year, that Saban is just going to leave. Things are going to be changing in Alabama. But we're also hearing for years the rumor that Southern Gospel is dying. I'm not seeing that happening. Are you?
No, and then you look around now. I'm tickled to death for the young people that's coming aboard. You look at the Inspirations. You look at the Irwins. You look at the Wisnets. Those young boys are coming along, and there's a lot of the young group, young people in Collinsworth family. Mark Trammell Quartet has some young guys, and I think it's gonna. My prayer is that it keeps going. Now I know that a lot of the churches are changing, and I'm seeing that churches that I did 8 years ago, or maybe up to 10 years ago, have changed. Over to the progressive or the contemporary or praise and worship, and not having some Southern Gospel like they used to. But I'm praying that it's going to stay alive because of all the young people coming along. Now, you take a lot of the legends that are their time is ending. God's called them home. There's still some around. Matter of fact, this week I went and saw my friends, the Kingsmen, and spent time with Ray Dean Reese, one of the living legends of gospel music. And so I'm thankful for those guys that pioneered it for all of us that can carry this music on today. So my prayer is that it keeps on going because of the young groups that are coming up in this music.
Well, all I can say is that our radio station, IC Radio, that's in Christ Radio, we're still getting a lot of requests, and it's pretty easy. If you would like to request this guy's music, all you've got to do is download the app or go to the website, and that's IC is in Christ Radio.media, and you'll find a little link that'll say, suggest a song, request a song. And you can do that. And you can actually find their music just by typing in the name of the group, and then you'll pull up the list. But the requests we're getting are still Southern Gospel. Now we get some, every once in a while, some of the new stuff. And then we also get a lot of country music requests, a lot of country gospel. But by far, it's still Southern gospel here.
Yeah, and call and request our song, the Kellys. I'm going to tell it all the way home. That's our new single out, and we're excited about it, and it's doing good, and can't wait to see where it goes.
Absolutely. Also wanted to mention this to you as well, John. Our listeners are actually the boss of us. They tell us what to play. And so it's so funny. I had one of our listeners sent a message to me, and she said, well, I was requesting, but I'd really rather not give you that extra work to do. And I said, no, really. I sent her a message back, and I said, no, really. Yeah, I'm kind of lazy. You're making it easy for us. So
yeah, that does. You just pick the songs that people want to hear,
That's all you have to do. And the neat thing about it is it saves in a queue. So it depends on how many people are requesting at the same time you are. Right. So sometimes it can, because I've had some people request it several times, like the same music over and over again. But you don't have to do that. You just do it one time. It'll save in the queue, and it'll do all the work absolutely for you as well. So wow, a lot of things are. I see. Things will change. Sometimes you'll see a change of pace in a lot of things, and we've seen it through the station where it's like things are really going to be more contemporary, and then it goes back to Southern gospel. Then it'll go to temporary. It's kind of like a moving swing. It goes back and forth all the time, but it always bounces back to Southern gospel. Yeah,
to me, that's the best music they are.
That's about all we know in this part of the world. We have some of the older, like Vestal Goodman. I mentioned her a little bit earlier today, and she's really famous and was really famous in this part of the world. As a matter of fact, a stretch of Highway 75 in Alabama coming in from Fife, Alabama into Geraldine is called Vestal Goodman Highway.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories is we got to sing with them years ago when it was the Goodmans. Then after they went to the Goodman, when Johnny Minnick and her and Howard were together, we got to sing with them. So have great memories of all those groups, the Hensons we got to sing with over the years, and all those groups that have retired and moved on. But have a lot of memories of a lot of those great groups that I don't get to hear anymore.
Well, she was interviewed one time, by Bill Gaither, and she said, "Tell me the truth, Bill. Do you keep me on here because I'm such a good singer, or because you like my coconut cake?" And he had to think.
I've heard she's got a great coconut cake. That's true.
I do like coconut cake.
Yeah.
So that's true. Okay, let's go into a commercial break. We're already halfway through, John. I told you it would fly by. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Everybody hang in there, okay? We'll be right back. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park, and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere MyPillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have MyPillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing MyPillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You can also find the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. You know something, John, the hardest part about being on this podcast right here was mentioning the website. There's so many nets to it. netnewsnetwork.net. So I have John with us right now. And John, it's so good to have you on the show. Great time. I know you guys are really busy. I know you have some events coming up.
Yeah, we do. We got an event coming up called the James D. Vaughn Quartet Festival right here in our hometown. This is, I think, 22 years of it, and it's a 4-day event. It starts on July the 26th on Wednesday night, July 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it starts at 7 o'clock, and then on Saturday, it's at 2 o'clock. We have everybody from Legacy 5 to Ernie Haas Signature Sound, the Blackwood Brothers, the Dixie Echoes, Mark Trammell, Gold City, the Kingsmen, Anthem Edition. If you love quartet music, you'll want to come to this event. It's right here in our hometown at the Crockett Theater. It's an historic theater. Seats a little bit over 1,000 people, and we have 2 matinees. The matinees are free. On Thursday, the matinee will be the Blackwood Brothers and the Dixie Echoes. I was fixing to say this 62 mine was fixing to go away there, but the Dixie Echoes there on Thursday. It starts at 1 o'clock, and so it's a free event. And then on Friday, I'm looking so forward to this. We're having a Kelly's reunion on Friday, and I'm bringing back a group of the 80s that are still living with a full band. And then I'm going to bring back a group of the 90s. So you'll get to hear the styles, how they've changed, or how we've changed over the years. And then the quartet today will sing. So it's a great event. And we open it up every night. We've hosted this event for all these years. And, man, we'd love for you to come. You can get your tickets at www.lawrenceburgtn.gov, or you can call 931-762-4231. That's www.lawrenceburgtn.gov, or call 931-762-4231. And we love this event. Singing News Magazine is always there. So you'll want to, if you don't get a subscription to that magazine, you'll want to do that night. And man, we'd love to have you come and be with us, and it's going to be a great event.
I like the way Singing News actually promotes this whole industry. As a matter of fact, I actually got the Golden Mike Award in 2020. And so I was not expecting it. I mean, I was totally shocked. And so a friend of mine, actually, they called and said they were from Singing News Magazine. Congratulations, I got the Golden Mike Award. And I thought it was a joke. I really did. I didn't know what to think about me, because I didn't know I was even in the running for it. I don't know, stay so busy with the station, I just didn't know. So I called one of my friends and I said, "You can tell Ronnie that's not funny." And so she said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, he had somebody call and say that I won the Golden Mike Award from the Singing News Magazine. She said, "You did." So I said, "Oh, I wondered." Well, thank you. It was during 2020, so, there's not a whole lot of celebration that went with it. But I was honored. I mean, very honored. And I love, though, the way they promote singers. And, I mean, there's just some good. And you have a good promoter, too. Paula is wonderful.
Well, we love her. Hey Y'all Media has been good to us. And we've known Vonda for many years. And so we're excited about that. And then I'm just going to say, we've had Singing News Magazine here last week. Rick Francis came, and so they're going to do a little write-up about the bond. So we're excited about that. And so come and be with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do. So what are some things we can do to help promote? As far as, and this is another thing, I know COVID kind of took a hit on everybody, but it didn't last long. I mean, all of us neck huggers, really didn't like being locked inside the house,
Exactly.
And so I think people have went out. I think what was meant to destroy us didn't at all. We just got to think about it and rejuvenated and made some new plans for the future. What happened to you guys during COVID?
Well, in 2019, Paul, the tenor singer that's been with me, has been on me ever since he's been here to record a Christmas CD. And I just kept putting him off because we didn't sing much in December. And I said, I told Paul, I said, there's no need of a cut in the CD. We don't even sing during Christmas time. Mm-hmm. So he talked me into it. So in 2019, I'll get to the COVID question here in just a minute. So 2019, we recorded our very first Christmas CD. And we sung it, one of the songs, every night at the James D. Bond Quartet Festival, just to promote the CD. Well, then churches came calling and wanted us, after we started singing some of the Christmas music, to come and do Christmas concerts. So it really grew for us. So 2019, we did 8 Christmas concerts. In 20, we did 12. 21, we did 16. 22, we did 13. We're doing 14 this year. So during the COVID thing, we was off about 4 months and just sung some churches that had Facebook. We'd go in on Wednesday night and do their Wednesday night service and sing for an hour. And then during that time, I told the guys, I said, we try to do a new recording every couple of years. And so I told the guys, I said, during this COVID, let's record. So we spent a lot of time picking out Christmas songs, and so we recorded during the downtime. And so I think we did 10 concerts during that time, but we was.
Okay, so it looks like I may have lost him. We'll see if he can come back in again. Maybe it was just a bad internet connection. My name is Donna Feazell. I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget to check out the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. You'll run across some really, really good talk show hosts there as well. Wanted to mention while we're waiting on John to come back in, and that is our radio station. You know, we have the top 50 every week, and this is the top 50 request. So you guys boss us around. You tell us what to do. You tell us what to play. And we encourage that. All you have to do is go to the website, Next News, go to icradio.media, and you can make your request any single time that you'd like to do that. Now, you can only do one per hour, so keep that in mind, okay? Only one per hour. And don't forget now, if, a lot of requests are made, maybe we can't get to your song right away. It's all done automated. So there is a queue, so you will be put back in line. So we've got John. I think he came back in. And so all you got to do is turn his camera. John, you got to turn your camera around.
I'm trying to get that thing to turn. It won't.
I love your porch. That is beautiful.
Well, thank you. I have.
So, John, we're talking with folks about, we do the top 50 requested every single Friday. So if you would like to hear some of John's music and the Kellys, you need to go ahead and get on the website and download the app, by the way, and give it a little bit of time. Okay, John, great to have you back. I can always find something to talk about.
Well, good. Can you see me now? Because I've had to turn my phone because I can't see you at all. I couldn't get my phone to.
I can absolutely see you.
Very good.
Oh, yeah. You know what? People are always saying computers are going to take over the world. I don't see that happening.
Exactly. I'd have to ask a little 5-year-old probably how to turn this camera around because I don't see a button to turn it around. So I had to turn my phone around. So
that's okay. We have just about a minute left in this segment. What would you like to tell the folks before you go?
Well, if you'd like to have the Kellys at your church, you can go to our Facebook page, The Kellys, or you can go to our website, www.thekellysgospel.com, or you can call me at 931-629-8974. We would love to come to your church and worship with the church.
Absolutely. And it's Kellys, Kelly.
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure you get the right pronunciation. By the way, have you ever sang at a cowboy church?
I have. We're going to be at 2 this year, and I've already booked one for a Christmas concert next year. Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. We go to the cowboy church on Lookout Mountain up here,
cool.
So kind of between Collinsville and Fort Payne. And I'm so glad to hear you talk about Christmas music. You need to make sure, because every year I'm a Christmas music fanatic. So every year we play nothing but Christmas music beginning on November the 1st. So you need to make sure Phil has all of your Christmas music.
Yes, I will. I just need where to send it to, and I'll get it in the mail to you. We'd love to. We have it on Jump Drive, or I can send you CDs, whichever one you want.
Okay. All right. Well, John Kelly, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been awesome. It's been great talking with you.
Thank you so much, Donna. God bless. And remember the Kellys in your prayers.
We'll definitely do that. God bless you too. And thank you for watching The Edge. My name is Donna, and I am your host on The Edge. You can find us on television, channel 182, Charter Communications, Abundance Television. We are syndicated worldwide on that one, and you can find us on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And you can also just listen to us on the radio. Find us that way as well. Go to the website, icradio.media. John, thank you for being on the show today, and thank you for watching.